I'm doing fine. Barack.
What?
Barack Obama.
That's cool.
Nice to meet you.
I'm so proud.
Oh, you're very kind. What's your name?
My name is Mary Jane Ray.
I was never the like this candidate for this office. We didn't start with much money or many endorsements. Our campaign was not hatched in the halls of Washington. It began in the backyards of Des Moines, in the living rooms of Concord, and the front porches of Charleston. This campaign can only be about me. It must be about us. It must be about what we can do together. This campaign must be the occasion, the vehicle of your hopes and your dreams. It will take your time, your energy, and your advice. If you will join with me in this improbable quest, then I am ready to take up the cause and march with you and work with you today, together. Thank you very much, everybody. Let's get to work. Thank you. Thank you.
Hey everyone, this is David Clough, Barack Obama's campaign manager. It's going to be a very close election, and it's going to come down to what you do. We start with unprecedented grassroots support. We're going to try and register millions of voters between now and Election Day. We're going to win this campaign block by block, precinct by precinct. So we're going to ask you to start a Facebook account, make calls, do door knocking. The contact between a human being and another human being is the best political contact there is. Hey everybody, it's David Clough, 49 days out from the election. So where are we in the battleground states? About 10 to 15% of the electorate is still undecided. Election day is 30 days away. We'd like to ask all of you to consider traveling to a battleground state. It's David Clough here in Toledo, Ohio, in the closing weeks of an election. We only have 22 days left. We can't leave any stone unturned. So we're talking to your neighbors. We're sending emails to people. And we need to ask you in these next 4 days to make sure every single voter who supports Obama comes out. We are counting on you. You don't want to wake up on November 5th with us far on the rolling short, knowing you could have done it. It's in your hands now, and you have the responsibility to shape the future of this country, and certainly the outcome of this campaign. And if you do that, we're going to have a great victory on November 4th.
They said this day would never come. They said our sights were set too high. You have done what the cynics said we couldn't do. If there is anyone out there who still doubts that America is a place where all things are possible, tonight is your answer. The unsung hero of this campaign, who built the best political campaign, I think, in the history of the United States of America, David Clough.
First of all, what a beautiful film DB put together. I should probably not say anything because I'll ruin the image you have of me in the campaign, because that was such a beautiful. I was asked today to speak specifically about how we use digital technology and advertising to support our presidential campaign. I think we're going to have some time for some discussion, so you should feel free not to be bound by those topics. If you want to talk about any of the great characters of our campaign, Reverend Wright, Joe the Plumber, and Sarah Palin, feel free to do that. We'll just jump right into the discussion. Always like to talk about Sarah Palin. I'd guess start before I get into the specifics of how we used digital and how we approached communicating our message. To remind you where we started, which was when Barack Obama got into this race in the beginning part of 2007, we were given next to no chance of winning. We were the longest of political long shots. An interesting story, but running against the strongest frontrunner, certainly in the Democratic Party's history in the United States of America. Some people like to say, well, Hillary Clinton was IBM and Barack Obama was Apple. I can assure you we weren't Apple. It was more like a high school science lab. We started with nothing, zero. He was not planning to run for president in our country. People who plan to run for president spend years and years traveling to states, building organization. As he would put it, he kind of threw the dice on the middle of the table and thought that there was a unique time in America and perhaps he had something to offer the country. But the odds were very low. I think probably at least 9 times out of 10 you run that primary, we don't win it. So we had a very narrow path. But in the very beginning, but I think as hard as it was to get something like a presidential campaign started from scratch, with a very aggressive time, I think we benefited in many ways from the fact that we could look at everything through a fresh set of eyes. We did not have a dusty playbook on the shelf about how Barack Obama was going to run for president.